जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू। ठंड है? The cold or no cold? You guys are okay? Yeah. I told them to put the heating on. I think they just came late and they have just put the heating on. It's getting warm? No? Yeah, at the top. Yeah, slowly doing it because we left the windows open for the last 2 3 days. Reason why? Because when you remember 4 5 days before it was raining, mud, and it was leaking from there, and we went on carpet and there was a little bit smell. So all the classes, girls' classes, were taking place on the other side. So we left the windows open so the smell goes out. They put everything there. Alhamdulillah, it's good now. There are no smell now. Anyways, अच्छा जी, Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Mawlana Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Salli alayhi. Today, inshallah, our is a third class. Mine is Wudhu. But of course, I will repeat again at the end of the class. But let me tell you one more time. I don't know. No, I never mentioned that before. Next week we won't be doing this class. Just next week. It's only next week. It's a reason why, because I have to go to London. There's something came up, so I will give it inshallah next week. Yeah. Oh no, not next week. Next week we are doing class. It's the 28th. Next week we are doing class. It's 28th of December, end of the month. I have to go to London. That's Saturday only. So of course I'll give you that Saturday back later on. But anyways, next week is class. Inshallah, we are coming here next Saturday. Acha, today inshallah we're talking about Wudhu. Any question you have, you can ask regarding Wudhu. We'll go through everything. This is very important subject. Every day we go, through this act of worship. Wuzu is act of worship. There are two kind of worships, two kind of ibadat. One ibadat is ayn, ibadat ayn. Ayn basically what you're doing. Some ibadat are you do for something from some other ibadat. Wuzu itself is not ibadat. Are you worshipping something? No. You do wuzu for something. For namaz, for tawaf. You do wudu for touching Quran. This is what wudu is for. But wudu itself is nothing. It's just like you're learning knowledge. Knowledge itself is nothing. You learn knowledge to do something. You learning, let's say you're learning all the theory for learning, driving car. But you learn all the theory, you pass theory, but you're not even driving car. So what's the point? What's the point of learning that theory? But there was no point, anything. Because you're not applying it, you're not doing anything else. Are you? Same goes with wuzu as well. You're doing wuzu, but why are you doing wuzu for? You're not going to read namaz, you're not going to touch Quran. No, I'm just doing wuzu. Wuzu is for something. So when some ibadat are, namaz is not for something. Namaz itself is ibadat. Wuzu is to do some other ibadat. So wuzu is one of those ibadat which you are going to do. You can't become you can't purify yourself without wudu. But anyways, wudu. So before I go to all those before we go to the legal rulings of wudu, we are going to talk about all the benefits of doing wudu. Well, first benefit, as Rasulullah says that when a person performs ablution basically wudu, and rinses his mouth, his wrong deeds fall from it. So when you do wudu and you rinsing your mouth, rinsing the nose, or you washing your face, then Rasulullah talk about all the body parts, whatever you do in your wudu. Rasulullah says, mouth, sins are gone. Nose, sins are gone. Your hands, whatever they committed wrong, they're gone. Everything, your feet, you went towards. Let's say the person who's a drunken person, he drinks alcohol and all that. He goes towards the pub. All the sins going towards the pub because the feet took him there. All sins are gone. Tongue, when you rinsing your mouth, all this, whatever you foul mouth, you foul language you use, all those sins are gone. But that does not mean that you say, you know what, let me commit sins because next namaz when I'm going to read, that's fine, that's okay, I'll do wuzu and all sins are gone. If you do purposely with this intention that I am going to commit sin, but then after that it will be gone, why? Because I'm going to do wuzu, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that Allah will give you double punishment for that. But now you are hoping Allah's mercy to do sin. That you want to commit sin on hope of Allah's mercy. No. Allah's mercy, you have hope that Allah will forgive my all those sins which I committed unknowingly. accidentally happens. Some sins, of course, you do commit, knowingly as well, that you know Allah's watching me, you know you're doing the wrong things, but here you are actually hoping, yeah, let me commit sin, Allah will forgive me. That doesn't mean that. So Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has mentioned all the body parts in this hadith. Because of this hadith, our scholar says, even though you are in wudu, for next namaz, go and do wudu again. One is you always doubtful. Now you don't do wudu. Why? Because shaitan is making you do wudu. He's making you wasting water. He's playing with your mind. You are basically listening to shaitan. Yeah, am I in wudu or am I not in wudu? I'm doubtful. Am I in wudu? Am I in wudu? The scholar says, what is yaqeen? You have wudu? Just have wudu. I definitely did wudu. Now, what you have doubt? Yes, I have doubt. I don't know how I passed wind or something. Don't do wudu. You are in wudu. So our scholar says, when you are doubtful that you are in wudu or not, you are in wudu. Because zanne ghalib, 90%, 80%, you're no, I'm quite sure I broke my wudu. That's fine, go do wudu. But when it's a little bit like doubtful, like I don't know, am I in wudu or no? You're definitely in wudu. So don't listen to shaitan. One is you want to do wudu again. You know I'm in wudu. Definitely I'm in wudu. But you know what? I want to do wudu again. Why? Because I might have committed some sin. The more I do wudu, the more my sins will come off. That's why scholar says that do not let water splash on your clothes, which is coming off from your body after doing wudu. I told you what water is that? That water is called musta'mal water, used water. It's coming off and taking your sins away. And you let in all those splash go on yourself and the bandana al bathi on the chatte maar and all other sins. You don't do that. Don't let water splash all over the place, and especially on your clothes. That's the reason it says that when you do wudu, you don't disarm, you wash the arm, do it with your hand, take all the the drops off. Done. Okay, now go to the next one. Why? Because you don't do it quickly, and now you're doing here. Look, where these drops are going on your clothes. Like you're doing this, all these drops are going back on your clothes. Basically, you are taking sins off, and they're going back on yourself. So don't let go back the sins of yourself on yourself. Okay? And just make sure you are signing the book as well. You're writing down your names, everyone, on that side and this side. This hadith is in An-Nisa'i and Ibn Majah, both there. Now there's few other benefits as well which I have not added here. They added here. Cleanliness is half of faith. Rasulullah said the cleanliness. What is cleanliness? Purity. Because remember another thing. Let's give me the footnote. Black magic and jaddu, these kind of things. When someone wants to do it on you, it won't work on you, or if it is gonna work, it's gonna be so hard for the magician to send jinns or the whatever they want to send black things towards you or evil jinns towards you when you are in wudu. Why? Because when you're in wudu, there's aura around you, there's circle around you. Bad things can't get to you. It's very hard for a person to get to you. Black magic or anything. Let's say wudu is an insurance from guarantee from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are okay. Because jinns go towards dirty things, impurity. That's the reason it says when you are in the state of impurity, major impurity, or the woman when they're going through menstruation or baby is born and you're still bleeding, at that time try to stay home. Don't go out. When you are in state of impurity, something like wet dream happened, or after with wife you had sexual intercourse, that's the reason it says quickly go and take bath. You don't have to, but go and take bath. Why? Because you're in state of impurity. Now things can come towards you very easily. You are basically open the door for them. Yeah, come towards me. So you understand impurity, and these things go towards where the impurity is all the time, and it's easy for them to access to the person. But when you have done wudu and ghusl, you have just secured yourself, you have saved yourself. But doors are locked. It still can happen. But it's very hard for them to come on you. It's very hard for a black magic person to do magic upon you if you always stay in a state of purity. Clothes clean, body clean, you are in wudu. It's very hard for jinns to come towards you. Another one is the key to paradise is salah, and the key to salah is wudu. The key to paradise is salah, and the key to salah is wudu. So basically, the key to Jannah is wudu. That's hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Your wudu is right, your salah is right, your Jannah is yours. And the next one is, the face, arms, and the feet of one who performs wudu will shine on the day of judgment. Face, arms, it is the hadith of Rasulullah. Prophet says that on the day of judgment, no, Sahaba said, Ya Rasulullah, how are you going to recognize us on the day of judgment? Millions and trillions. Of course, imagine how many, the humanity and jinns as well, who came in this dunya from Adam alayhi salam. So Habil is going to be there as well. Habil and Qabil, they both are going to be there. You're going to see Habil, Qabil there. Adam alayhi salam, of course, is going to be the first person ever came in this dunya. From them, from all three, father and sons, all the way till day of judgment. Whatever human came in this dunya, they will be there. Then Sahaba said, Ya Rasulullah, how are you going to recognize us? How do you know where your ummah is? Rasulullah said that on the day of judgment, I will recognize you by your shining body parts. Which shining body parts? The wuzu shining body parts. Just like you recognize a horse, black and white horse. Because in the time of Rasulullah, there was a horse, his face was white, legs were white, he was a very expensive horse he was. But the middle body was all black. This is how I will find you on that day of judgment. So increase your this shyness. The shining body parts, increase your this brightness. How we increase our brightness? Rasul said, do wuzu a little bit more extra. So if you're going to do wuzu up to elbows, increase it up to here, up to your bicep. You're going to do up to your ankles, increase a little bit towards your leg. Face properly, of course, all the way up to here. Masa is only Fardh, 1/4. We'll talk about that. But that increases all the way to Sunnah way, full head. So increase it so that you have more brightness. So I will recognize you. Oh, that's my ummati, because he used to do wuzu so much. The more you do wuzu, the more your body parts will shine on the day of judgment. The one who performs wuzu perfectly, his sins will depart from his body. I've mentioned that anyway before. These are the benefits of doing wuzu, and there are so many benefits. These are only few ahadiths I've got there. And this is what we teach in our madrasa as well to all our students in this madrasa. There are only few benefits. Otherwise, there are so many benefits of doing wuzu, like I told you about black magic. It's very hard for the person. And the Rasulullah said, if something happens to you and you wasn't in wuzu, blame yourself. Only blame yourself. Why? Because why you wasn't in wuzu. When you're going on a long journey, stay in wuzu. Yeah, another one actually. Shahadat. There are 42 kind of shahadats. Hukmi shahadat. Hakiki is only one. Real shahadat is only one. That is fighting in the path of Allah, for Allah, with the intention of saving Islam. Or your sisters or brothers. Because my son asked me that if a thief come to our house and if I jump and I try to save my family, my shahadat. Yes, that's what calls shahadat. You're trying to save your family, you're trying to save Muslim brothers, sisters. That is shahadat. Hakiki is hakiki shahadat. Something happened in masjid, some people come in, go fight for that. And then hakiki shahadat is this. Or fighting in a battlefield. Hukmi shahadat, different. Delivery time, baby's birth time, mother passes away with a pain, shahadat. Rasulullah says, anyone who dies when he drowns in water or by fire, shahadat. One of the shahadat is if you die in wudu. If you die in wudu, that is shahadat. Okay, right. Okay, now let's go towards rulings and wuzu way and all the method. The makruhat, sunnahs, what breaks your wuzu. The wuzu is required for 3 things. That's the first thing. Wuzu is required for only 3 things. First, performing the salah. Performing the salah. Wuzu is for this thing. A golden rules. I always tell you, there are few golden rules. I say, do you want benches? The benches are there actually. Some benches are there, the benches are there. You. Go bring benches. No, you have my student is there. The madrasa, so the few benches are there, green benches are on the alleyway there, where normally you pick the benches up. Bring them and leave them here. Hazim, you can go and help him as well. Bring few if they need any, just leave them in the corner there. Only few. Only about 10, 15. So, wuzu is required for 3 things. One is performing salah. Second one is touching the Quran. Touching the Quran. So, the last one says, La yamassuhu. Who pronoun is going towards Quran. La yamassuhu. Do not touch Quran. Illa mutahharun. Unless you are in a state of purity. What purity? That you are in wudu, or if ghusl is further upon you, you have to do ghusl. And you have to be in the state of purity. then you can touch Quran. So touch mas, la yamassuhu. Mas, must means touching Quran. So for touching Quran, you need wudu. Last one, for performing tawaf, you need wudu for tawaf. Okay, that's the third thing. Three things. First one is namaz, second one is touching the Quran, and third one is performing tawaf. Wudu is only for three things. How many masail you can solve yourself if you know this basic rule? I get question, Imam Sahib, do I have to have wudu to answer azan? I said no, because there are only three things you have to have wudu for. Do I have to have wudu to do zikr? Golden rule. Is zikr namaz? Is zikr is one of the namaz, but is zikr namaz? No. Are you touching Quran? No. Are you performing tawaf? No. So you don't have to have wudu. And then many other things, anything comes in your, people say, oh no, you have to have wudu for this, you have to have wudu for entering in masjid, you have to have wudu for going in graveyard, you have to do wudu for these things. No. Performing salah, whatever salah is, performing the salah, touching the Quran, performing tawaf. Another thing actually write down, it just came in mind. Any sajda you want to do, any sajda talawat, sajda shukr, sajda sahaf, any sajda, because it is namaz. Sajda is part of namaz. For that you need wudu as well. Any sajda you want to do. Sajda without wudu is not sajda. Remember, that is just you going down, and that's all it is. That sajda is not sajda. So sajda tilawat, like you read Quran, and I read Quran in the 14 sajda, the wajib, you have to do those sajda when they come in Quran. You have to do those sajda. If you don't do sajda, your qiraat stays mu'allaq between earth and the sky. It's not accepting the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So let's say you finish Quran and you never did any sajda. The Quran qiraat is not accepting the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have to do 14 sajda. Now our scholars say either you do whenever sajda comes in Quran, the sajda comes, either do it that time or at the end of the Quran qiraat, you know there are 14 sajda. Once you finish the whole Quran qiraat, at the end do 14 or 14 together. You can do that. It's up to you however you want to do it. But you have to do 14 sajda. So for those sajda, you have to be in wudu. Sajda sahaf, you have to be in wudu. Sajda shukr as well, you have to be in wudu. Right? These are three things. Now, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu idha qumtum ila salat. This is the ayat, this is the translation. This is the ayat where wudu is proven. That wudu is fardh. And four parts of wudu are fardh. Of course, after that I will tell you. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O mu'minin, idha qumtum, when you stand ila salat, towards the namaz, faghsilu, it's actually ighsilu, those who understand Arabic. Ighsilu is hukam, jama muzakkar hadir, amr hadir maruf. That you, Allah is giving hukam, ighsilu, you have to wash. Ighsilu, wash. Wujuhakum, your face. Wujuh, ha, kum, yours, faces. Wa aydiyakum, and your hands. Ilal marafiqi. Marafiq are your elbows. Elbows are included. You have to wash your elbows. Wamsahu, and do masa bi ru'usikum, of your heads. Do masa of your head. Wa arjulakum, and wash your feet. Ilal ka'bain, up to your ankles. Ankles are included. When the main point comes, I'll talk about that, but let me tell you here, these four things where people normally make mistake, is that when they're washing the 3 points, people normally make mistake. And I've seen elders making mistake. I've seen those people who read namaz regularly, 5 times in namazi, 5 times. And I see them, they're doing wuzu when they're making mistake. And before they never used to listen, but now because when they see me as an imam, so now they see imam, some will listen to you. But I don't know why the time has come. Someone is helping us. He is basically correcting us, and we don't want to correct ourselves. It's some ana comes in us, the pride. How dare he's telling me this? I know, brother. I know. It's just problem. Yaar, he's helping you do your wudu. You do wudu properly, you don't do wudu properly. What to do with him? Your namaz is messing up. He's helping you. So normally I've seen when people do wudu, what they do, first they wash their face like this. Right. Next time when you do wudu, put water here and then look in the mirror. Put mirror on the side. Is this When water went here, water don't go here. How water is going to go up to here? You threw water here, that's dry. Every single, under every hair there is impurity. Every hair there is impurity. So every single hair place, basically inch, not even inch, I don't know, centimeter, millimeter, must be wet. All, what's his face? Let me give you the definition of face. One earlobe to another earlobe here. Your face starts from here. Your face is not here. One earlobe to another earlobe, where normally hair grows. Any ganjo you are, bande puri tendo you are, mamsa mera sir ta sari athun da pya. Because it says where normally hair grows. You know, mamsa mera hair ta athun grown then. Normally the hair grows, basically your forehead. Here, all the way to your chin. Earlobe to earlobe. You throw water here, there's nothing here. So our scholar says that's what I do. But I heard Mufti Sahib 10 years ago, this is what I do. I take water, first you do your sides. Water 3 times. It says ighsilu. The very important point. Ighsilu means wash. What mean by wash? What comes in washing? Flowing water. You have to flow water. You're not gonna rub. When I see someone, Mom, Hazrat, you are doing wudu, your these are dry. I said, you know what they do? They go, oh, there you go, Mom. I said, no. Ighsilu. You are doing masa. That won't be counted. You, Mom said, L, yeah, come. No, that's for head. Famsahu. Masa is for your head, not for this place. You have to flow water. Allah is saying, Ighsilu wujuhakum. Wash, flow water on your face, and then 3 times here, 3 times here, and then I take water and I start from here. Say water. I know at the start maybe it's going to be difficult. Flow water here, that's done. That's it. Now you nicely wash your middle of face. So we are not wali. Gravity takes water down, not up. You throw water up, so properly wash your face, not massa of the face, washing your face. Then wujuha wa aydiyakum. Another mistake we make. Aydiyakum is wash your hands up to your marafiq. Yes. Because you don't, as I said to you, simple rule again, your face starts from your earlobe here, not ears. Just about where the ear starts. Your face starts from here. You don't have to wash your ears in your face. Masa comes, ear comes in masa. When I come to masa, I'll tell you that you don't have to do your ears anyway in masa as well. But we'll talk about that inshallah. But face starts from here. As long as you wash this part out here, your face is washed. Then wa aydiyakum, and then wash your hands illal marafiq. That's another problem I've seen. People do wudu, quickly, Jamaat is coming. Pani paya. This all dry. Normally it stays dry. I've seen so many people. This place, these elbows are dry. And when you tell them again, another thing. Oh, Hazrat, this is dry. Oh, cha. What's their hand? What did they do? Masa or ighsilu? They did masa, not flowing water. So make sure you flow water all over your hand, and you have to put your elbow under the water properly, because what did I say before? Hadith of Rasulullah, key to salah is wudu. Your wudu is not open. How your salah is going to open? How salah is going to open the door of Jannah? I mentioned last time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will say to you, Iqra kitaba, that's your book, read your book, and you will say, Ya Allah, I read 5 times prayer since I was 7 years old, all the way till 90. I was dying and I read namaz. No namaz, you never read no namaz. Why? Because your wuzu wasn't right. Even though you're doing wuzu, but the wuzu was not wuzu, because everything was dry. So wash, flow water properly all over your elbows, both arms and elbows properly, and make sure it's your namaz. What I said to you before, it's your namaz, it's no one's namaz. You know, when I say to my sons, and when they were little actually, not now, of course, now they do, and they're like, oh no, yeah, you read namaz, I'm gonna go in my grave, you're gonna go in your graves. I'm teaching you, you learn, you don't learn. Does it really bother me? No, not at all. My job is to give message. It's just like messengers. Have you ever seen any messenger? ਵੱਟੇ ਚੁੱਕ ਕੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰਨਾ ਪਊਗਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਐਸੀ ਤੈਸੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਾ ਮੰਨਦੇ 10 ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਿਰ ਪਾਗਲ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ why you not listening to me? Nuh alayhi salam, look at how long he preached. 950 years is just written in Quran. This is how long he preached, lived. Some riwayat say 1400 years he lived, but 950 years he preached. How many people he made Muslim? Only some. My Ustaji says in his tafsir, 83. Only 83 Muslim. Some said 79. Only that much. But is it his fault? No. I started getting angry or something. No, he said, Ya Allah. At the end, he said, Ya Allah, had enough. Please bring us up. When Prophet said, bring us up, don't. Then Allah brings us up. Because he had enough. Lut alayhi salam, when all that going on, man to man, male, female to female, did he go out and start beating people up, throwing stones? No. He said, Ya Allah, I had enough now. That's it. Allah sent angels then. That's it. Same goes with our job as well. Our job, messenger job, basically. My job is to give you message. That's the reason I always say to scholars and dais, don't get angry. Imam's message, so Imam Sahab, what shall I do? My Abu actually messaged me. May Allah grant high place in Jannah. He found me, he said, Qasim, yaar, college gਏ ਸਾਂ ਮਸਜਿਦ ਬੈਠੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਲੋਕਲ ਮਸਜਿਦ ਸਾਡਾ ਮੌਲਵੀ ਤੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਤੇ ਜੁਮੇ ਦਿਹਾੜੇ ਆਦਾ ਉਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਮਰ ਜਾਓ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਮਰ ਜਾਓ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਨੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਅੱਬੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਹਿਨ ਪਿਆਦਾ ਤੋਂ ਮਰ ਜਾ ਤੱਬੇ ਹਾਲਾਂਕਿ ਤੋਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਦਾ ਮਰ ਜਾ never get angry in this job, never get angry. Like my teachers, they've been teaching wajibat and suntan and condition. मैं क्या अगे मूव हो जाओ तो खुदा दा वास्ता है बच्चे भी तंग आने लगे अगे मूव हो जाओ कोई और ही पढ़ा दो oh imam sahab they're not even learning anything we're teaching them. I said this is not your job to put things in their mind. Yeah, your job is to teach them, give them message. They take I always tell myself, look, my class is there as well. I'm not saying that you guys are bad. I take the test after 1 year. Will they have everything in the mind? No. Human, nature, we forget things. You have to keep learning, then things will stay in your mind. So my job is to give you. Now, are you taking it? It's just like postman, he gives you the parcel, you throw in a bin or you take it inside, he's going to get paid from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and from his company. Same goes with those, we're going to get paid by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from company as well. My job is just to give you message. You take it, you leave it. But again, if someone telling you, yaar, correct yourself properly. Then he said, Wamsa'u bi ru'usikum. Now you do masa. Now you do masa of your forehead. Of course, we'll talk about all that. Farais. Wa arjulakum ilal ka'bayn. I'm just telling you the points where we normally miss out. ऐसे पॉइंट में बताऊं जहां पे वुजू अक्सर लोगों को मैं देखता हूं कर ही नहीं रहे होते वुजू होता ही नहीं है वो पांव धोना this hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now Rasulullah saying to Sahaba was so careful in namaz, so careful in wudu. So he's saying Rasulullah stood up whilst he saw Sahaba doing wudu, and of course in hadith the wording he screamed out. But with the respect we don't say Rasulullah, he shouted with a loud voice 3 times, no more than 3 times. Sahaba said, we thought to ourselves, Ya Rasulullah, we heard you. That's fine. We heard you, Ya Rasulullah. Don't say it more. Yeah, oh Sahaba, back of your feet, back of your feet, back of your feet, back of your feet. So many times he said because normally people when they wash their feet, back of their feet is already dry. And when you tell them again, Hazrat, the back of the feet, and you know what they do? What happened? Hello, Imam Sahab, set ho gaya. You did masa. Wash your feet. Flowing water. You have to flow water. पानी को बहाना है अपने पूरे अज़ा पे मसा नहीं करना साढ़े तक कार जनानी आई उन्हें कपड़े पाए ऐसे के बाम या पर ना जावे टाइट क्लोथ्स आंटी टाइट क्लोथ्स किचन जाते मैं वुजू कर लेंदी and I saw her doing wudu. Of course we eating food and auntie बुजुर्ग so that means all her life she doing wudu like this वो गई उठे वुजू करन तो कोई बाह पर नहीं जाती भी तो एडी टाइट उन्हें बाह पाई ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਉਹਨੇ ਕੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੱਪੜਿਆਂ ਪਰ अपने स्टाइल का डन इट इज वुजू अल्लाह से इसीलिए पानी को बहाओ yeah if she had put her whole hand with kameez under the water and then water went all over her kameez and inside the elbow as well would be fine but she wet her hand and she just did masa तो यहाँ पे नहीं होना ना यहाँ पे तो इसीलिए है यहाँ पे तो बहाना पानी को you have to flow water all over the body parts masa is only for your head so these are the 4 points where you have to flow water. Otherwise, your wuzu won't be done. Your wuzu won't be done. Of course, your namaz is not done. How much water you should be using for wudu? As much as you can do wuzu properly. Because I've seen this, I've heard this question as well. People could ask me, Mom Sahab, I'm sitting there and then doing wuzu, and I don't know, again and again, the mind, something coming to mind. Your wuzu is not done. Your face, 15 minute wuzu karta rehta. Actually, I went to do wuzu on that side. One guy comes here. He is well known in our masjid. He takes ages for wuzu. I accidentally I sat next to him, and I did wuzu. Of course, you do wuzu. I do wuzu 2-3 minutes. Within actually 2 minutes, I do wuzu. And now I was going, and he was looking at me. I mean, like, he's thinking, what kind of imam are you? This is how you do wuzu. I was gonna say, yaar, tu pagal hai, main to pagal hu, main to baitha raha ghanta hu, wuzu karta raha. Don't, listen to shaitan. There is a shaitan, I don't know what's his name, but there's one shaitan for wudu, one shaitan is appointed for namaz. Actually, for namaz, there are 3 shaitans. Their job is to make you take your mind somewhere else and make you forget what you have done or put doubts in your mind. Abani to honai. Abani banda itne pani na maj nawal denda puri. Oh, देखो बाहर नहीं तो तोड़ने लगी होती. So just put water. People say, well, how I do it? I said, bring your mind, keep your mind there. Look, eyes give you the certainty. You put mind there. Water went underneath properly. Yes, it did. Now your eyes are telling you, yes, it definitely done. Once it says that it's done, leave it now. Leave it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't do it too much. Fardh is one time you washing is fardh. One time washing is fardh. What is one time? It's not like this is one time. One time is 2 drops of water from every hair. Every single place, 2 drops of water. That's fardh. 6 drops of water is 3 times. That is sunnah. 6 drops. So one time is 2 drops. And how much water is coming down from the tap? There's one go. I don't know how many drops are gonna go here. So once you do this, do that properly, and then go back. Your 2, 3, 4 times done. But just do it if just for your peace of mind. 1, 2, and 3 you can do. So there's water coming from here. 1, 2, and 3, and do that, and you do one more time until you are basically certain. Not for 15-20 minutes. Just normally you do this, that perfectly fine. For the 2 drops of water, sunnah is 6 drops of water. Okay. Now for fardh, obligatory action of wudu. You have to do these 4, then your wudu will be accepted. Otherwise, they won't be accepted. Okay, 4 parts of wudu, which we already mentioned. Iksilu wujuhakum wa aydiyakum ila al-marafiqi famsahu bi ru'usikum wa arjulakum ila al-ka'bayn. Basically 4. So first one is to wash the entire face, one from the top of the forehead to the bottom of the chin, and from earlobe to earlobe. All these 4 I just spoken just before. So to wash the entire face once is fardh, not 3 times. Once is fardh, 3 times is sunnah. To wash both arms up to and including the elbows once, that is fardh. Third one, to perform masa, wiping of the head once. This means to wet both hands and wipe at least a quarter of your head with them. So Hanfi fiqh, without Imam Abu Hanifa we follow, according to him, is 1/4. I got a message yesterday from someone. He said, Imam Sahib, can we read namaz behind Shafi'i mazhab? Shafi'i. Normally Shafi'i all live in Malaysia. I get question from Malaysia as well. Malaysian is mostly their Imam Shafi'i muqallad. According to Imam Shafi'i, just 1 or 3 hair are wet, you must have done. So basically 1 finger here, you must have done. According to him. Of course, he takes from hadith as well. It's not like he's making fun of wudu. No, he takes from hadith. Imam Abu Hanifa takes from hadith as well. Of course, a different meaning. But if you're reading namaz behind Shafi and the person did wudu just with this, your namaz won't be accepted. Okay, so just stay behind Hanafi. So according to Imam Abu Hanifa, you have to wet 1/4 of your head. If you're basically, he says both hands. Even your one hand, you wet your one hand, do this, you must have done. So when you go from here to here, 1/4, one sirde char is 4 parts, and 1 part is wet. That's fine. And you don't have to, people say, but we have to, it's a masa, you have to do masa with your hand. No. As long as water has reached your head. पानी सर पे पहुंच गया, बस चाहे आप नहा रहे हैं बारिश में, पानी सर पे 1/4 is wet, your masa is done. You don't have to touch with the hand. But as long as its wetness has gone to your head. And another thing actually, one, I think girl messaged me, he said, 1/4 of your hair. I said, no, not 1/4 of your hair, 1/4 of your head. Very important point. Because some girls I've seen with them, what they do is because they don't want to mess their hair. So any hair which are hanging down here, they say, hello, Imam Sahib. They're hanging there, they wet their hair. I said, not hair, head. Hair, you wet your hair. That got nothing to do with masa. Jinne de ganja, baal koi nahi, bald head, so they can never do masa then. Because no hair. No, it's just head, not hair. You have to be very careful with this as well. But sunnah way is full. When the sunnah way comes, inshallah, I'll talk about that as well for Hazim. Acha, these are 4 fries. Now, another important point. Uni students, college students, school, high school, or TAs, teacher assistants, and teachers, they normally ask me, workplaces as well. Imam Sahib, we only have 15 minutes to do wudu. Actually, I answered this question, and one person messaged me, and he said, people, different kind of people, of course. What are you teaching? Pehla question nahi hunda. What are you teaching people? Everything wrong. It is khushu and khuzu in this. What kind of namaz is going to be this? You're teaching them the quick way of doing wudu and quick way. I said, Meri jaan, tu duniya vela banda hai, baki sare vela na te kol kam kaaj hona hai. Isko most likely is going to be buzurg banda bechara, old person, no work to do, nowhere to go. And then he has enough time, all his life is there to do. Chalo wudu kar de raho bag. Namaz padh de raho sara. People at work, they only have 15 minutes, they only have 10 minutes, they only have, let's say 20 minutes, where they're going to go to. Let's say you work in tough center you're working in H&M, which is this side of the corner, or Boots, this side. Where is masjid in H&M? Other side of the tough center. It takes you a good 10 to 15 minutes to walk all the way there, all the other side of the corner. Now that poor person, if you tell him, no, you have to do this, he's saying, Paji, namaz hi rehne do. Photo sade ko namaz nahi hundi. You have to tell them, look, you got 10 minutes, what you can do? Forget as long as you can do these 4 fardh. Wash your face once, wash your hands up to your elbow once, massa quickly, feet up to your ankles once, go read namaz. How much namaz? When the time comes of namaz, we'll talk about namaz as well, inshallah. Okay, na? But these are the 4 things you can do. But chalo, let me tell you namaz as well, only fardh. Forget sunnahs. Because you have no time. No sunnahs, only 4 fardh or 3 fardh of maghrib. Or 4 fardh, 3 witr of isha. Or only 4 fardh of zohar and 2 fardh of fajr. That's all you need. You have no time. You need to leave quickly. You need to go back to your work. Then sunnah you can leave. Okay. Sunnah muakkada. We already spoken about sunnah muakkada in terminologies, fiqh terminologies. We talk about those, that sunnah muakkada can only be left in what time? When you have very short time, you can leave. Okay. So these are the 4 things you can do. You don't have to do full wuzu if you are in a very tight time. Now sunnah acts of wuzu. This is what is proper wuzu, what we normally do. Now this is how we should be doing wuzu. This is how. To make intention for wuzu. Intention basically, you know in your heart, I'm going to do wuzu. Sunnah. Even though you have no intention, you're fine. Now according to Imam Shafi, anyway, I don't want to confuse you guys, because if it was some very high 5 class, then I would go in all the terminology of intention, what Imam Shafi says, what Imam Abu Hanifa says. Because Imam Shafi said, if you have no intention, then wuzu won't be done. You have to have intention to do wuzu, otherwise wuzu won't be done. We say no, you don't have that. Why? We go back to the Quran. Allah says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu idha qumtum ila salat, when you stand for namaz, faghsilu wujuhakum, just wash your face. Imam Abu Hanifa says, where does Allah say you have to have intention? Next, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, to recite Tasmiyah. Tasmiyah is Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now, you're not going to read Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim inside the toilet. Dirty place, but here you can. Like here, masjid, toilets are separate. If you're in your bathroom and toilet is separate, bathroom is separate, then bathroom is clean place. Toilet is bad. When it's joined, then you don't read because it's a dirty place. So read all Allah's name, Rasulullah's name outside the toilet. Before entering, people say, but is that going to be like, I'm going to go inside, then I'm going to use toilet, then I'm going to do wuzu. So that Bismillah is still going to work. I say, yeah, intention. Before entering, you read Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is for my wudu. Or whatever dua you want to read, that's for my wudu. Now you enter, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you sawab for that. Now you're going to wash both hands, including the wrist, 3 times. This is sunnah way. Wash your hands first up to your wrists 3 times. That's 3 times. These are sunnah. What is sunnah? Can someone tell me what is sunnah? Sunnah. Yeah. Teaching of the Prophet and the way of Prophet. Way of main real answer is sunnah. Basically, my sunnah is nowadays for next 6 months, my sunnah will be that every Thursday, every Saturday, I'm coming here 10 o'clock till half 11. I'm sitting here. the person's, daily routine or yearly or monthly routine, is what he normally does. That is sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or the sunnah person. Or Imam Sahib, the sunnah is that he comes here for Zohar time to do dua and namaz. That's his sunnah. But when we use the word sunnah, that normally we use it for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to what he used to do. Teachings are fine, teachings as well. What he used to do is actions. So to wash both hands, including the wrist 3 times, to clean the teeth using a miswak. Now, if you have no miswak, you can use toothbrush as well. You don't have to have toothpaste on it, just the brush you can use. And our scholar said, even though you have no brush, that's fine. Use your finger. What is miswak? Siwak is, if you want to, with extra footnote, siwak, not with a me. Siwak is the thing you are using, the tool you are using to do miswak. Miswak is the action. Siwak is the tool using for that action. Okay? So siwak can be anything. It can be the stick, miswak thing, or brush, or if you don't have, use your finger. That's fine. You will get sawab for that. And miswak is basically you using you normally do it anyway when you rinse your mouth. You do that anyway, so you will get sawab, inshallah. Next is to wash the mouth and goggle 3 times using the right hand. 3 times you're gonna goggle your mouth 3 times. To sniff water into the nose using the right hand and cleaning the inside of the nose with the left hand 3 times. So using water. Another question. Normally when the people got flu and they say, Imam Sahib, I've got flu. How am I gonna sniff water in? My nose is blocked. And you know what I did? I checked. I had a really bad flu. You check your nose, nothing is inside the nose. It's not like, oh, you are filled up to this nostrils here. Nothing is here. Nothing. If you really check, nothing here. And how much water you need to take in? पानी कहाँ तक लेके जाना होता है? Up to your hard bone. Hard bone start. ऐतु शुरू करो ना, इंज दबाओ. ऐते hard bone आएंदी है. Basically, just right, not even 1 inch, just up to this point. That's hard bone. वो हाजा चक्कर लगी है. ऐते जाओ. ऐतु hard bone शुरू. And you see, nothing is inside. Nothing. When nose is blocked, it starts from behind the nose. We think it's blocked. No. Just take in. And yeah. Of course, for this is sunnah, but when you are in state of major impurity, when ghusl comes, we'll talk about that as well. In major impurity, you have to sniff water. You have to take water and in water, because that is one of the fardh acts in ghusl. You have to take water inside. No, my nose is blocked. You have to do it again. No, you know. लेके जाओ वो पानी तक लाजमी जाता है. नोज ब्लॉक पिछू हो जाता है. तू लगन लगे होता सानू कि नोज ब्लॉक है. ऐसा कुछ होता कुछ भी नहीं पिछी नोज है. ठीक है ना. तो sniff water 3 times. Take water with right hand. Cleaning nose with left hand. छोटे फिंगर है ना वड्डा अंगूठा तुंदे होंगे ना कि ना से पार दियो अपनी ना big your not thumb, small finger. Why? Because all the dirty things, filthy things, you do it with your left hand, like washing your feet, wash पैरों ਨੂੰ ਮਲਣਾ. Rub your hands on your feet, or you're rinsing your nose, or doing stanja as well, all with the left hand. Using water with right hand. This is how you're supposed to be doing 3 times. To make khilal of the beard, if you have beard, khilal is you put water and from underneath you do that so that water rinse into dadi as well. You're going to go inside the dadi, that meaning to pass wet fingers through the beard, from start from the bottom and go up, do a few times, and you are fine. Or 1 time is fine as well. Wet hands. To make khilal of fingers and toes, like this. That's khilal. Wet fingers between these and the toes as well when feet comes. To wash each limb 3 times. That's sunnah. Each limb 3 times. But not the masa though. Yeah, there you go. To make masa of the whole head once. Whole head. Now, Hazim, you said you're washing your ears. You know, masa, I told you, fardh, what is fardh? What hand? Masa done. Masa done. Actually, Rasulullah did, he had Amama Sharif on. The Rasulullah did masa, he put Amama Sharif a little bit back here, and he did masa. Now here Imam Shafi says, no, he never put all the way back, he put a little bit back and he did this. So 1 or 2 or 3 hair, what? So I'm going to take 1 or 2 or 3 hair. Imam Abu Hanifa says, no, when he put the Amama Sharif back, he put half the head. And then he did half, so not half the head, sorry, quarter of the head, and then did this. So both are taking dalil from the same hadith, but one is taken differently, one taken differently. But he did masa of 1/4 of the head. Whole head. That is sunnah of Rasulullah. Rasulullah normally used to do full head. How? Now let me show you how you do masa sunnah way. Sunnah way. Ears are not, you don't have to, it's not fardh. Ears are not fardh, Hazim. Ears are not fardh to do masa in masa. It's just the head of the masa is fardh 1/4, not even full. Full is how? Look, this hand, wet your hand. So once you have used masa, Abdullah, once you have used masa, say properly. Once you use masa, the part of your hand, you can't do masa again with the same hands. Remember, the same things you can't use for, basically one wetness can only be used for one masa. Let's say, I'll give you an example. Wet hand. Now you do this, and then, oh, I think I did it wrong. You let it go, you're going to do it again. You can't do it again now. Wet your hands again. One wetness can only be used for one masa, not for two masa. Just for example, you got khuffain on, leather socks. Leather socks they masa karita na, isn't it? Leather socks are for masa. So when you do leather socks, when you do masa on your feet after your head masa, isn't it? Masa, now you go and wash your feet, but you got leather socks on. You can't use this wetness for that as well. Once you done masa of your head, now you're going for leather socks, you have to wet your hands again. That masa won't be used. So let's say here now, how are you going to do it? Wet your hands. These 3 fingers of your right hand, 3 fingers of your left hand. Use these 3. Look, I'm not using anything, no palm, no those these 2 fingers as well. Shahada, index finger and thumb. I'm only using these 3 fingers. All the way here, the middle of my whole head is done. And these 3 fingers are done. All the way back. Now my side left, look, now I'm going to use my palm. Coming back here. Whole head is done. Okay? These 3 fingers, whole head is done. So my these 3 finger and middle part is done. Now what left? These 2. Now we're going to go here, inside, and thumbs back of the ear. 5 fingers are done. Okay? And full masa is done. Sahi hai? And you karna masa. Yeah. And then what left actually? What left is good, very good. What left? The back of your hands left. We never touch anywhere. So now, this. You're not going to do all the way here. Masa of neck. Of the neck. Screw. It's just the side of the neck here. We have to check then. But this is what is how we do. But you do, again, you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. No, that's khila. No, we don't do masa on arms. We don't. No, that is only, as I mentioned before, that the water which is dripping down, you don't let it drip down. You do it, basically you clean it. The water doesn't come down. Especially for those who are always late for Jamaat, they do wuzu and then they run towards masjid. Let's go get Jamaat. And your water dripping. And what did I say? It's mustamal water. Mustamal water is not unclean water. It's mustamal though. It's taking all your sins away. Don't let it go. Don't spoil masjid. Of scholars say, some of them have written in books that it is haram doing that. Because those sins are coming off and you throw in a masjid. First, before, yeah, what you can do, you don't have to proper dry it. Do this. So all the wetness, not wetness, actually all the drops which are going to drip inside the masjid, just get rid of them. And then you come in masjid. And you find you don't have to do it, but you do it though. I mean, no, don't have to do the masa. It's just the dripping water is the, not masa. Masa is not for arms anyway, as I said to you before. Masa is not for arms, it's fagsilu. You have to flow water. Anyway, that's masa.
Then do we need wash?
Because masa ho gaya na, it's done now. So now the finger is used now. You can't use it. But even though it's done, this masa is not fardh. No, ears is not, even though you done it, the masa won't be counted. But you don't have to, do your masa again. हाँ वो दोबारा उसको वेट करना पड़ेगा ना. हाँ ये सारा आपने ऐसे कर दिया तो बाकी तो आपने पहले इस्तेमाल कर लिया ना वो तो सारी आपने सारी इस्तेमाल कर ली तो दोबारा उसको वेट करेंगे तो फिर दोबारा आप करेंगे ना. ठीक है ना. तो कह रहे हैं कि if you did masa and this finger used as well up there, now can you do masa of ears? No, because you already used the finger. No, wet your fingers and then you do masa of your ears. Okay. But even though let's say ears masa wasn't done, it's not like it's just going to affect your namaz. No. As long as those 4 fards, keep those 4 fards in your mind. As long as you've done those 4 fards, you're fine. Next, to wash each limb in the correct order. That is sunnah. Imam Shafi says that no, that is fardh. According to Imam Shafi, doing wudu order wise is fardh. Why? Because he says ayat of Quran. Allah says everything in order. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu igsilu wujuhakum wa aydiyakum wamsahu bi ru'usikum wa arjulakum. He says all four limbs have to wash in order. If you don't wash in order, your wuzu is not done. That's the reason people get confused. तो लड़ाइयां होने लगी internet the back social media the, and even though they both are right. Here the guy is talking about he's Hanfi, here he's Shafi. He's saying no order, you don't have to do wudu after ghusl, and he said no, you have to do wudu after ghusl. And I'm listening to that conversation. I don't jump in. I'm like, you both are mad. You are right. You are. You follow Imam Abu Hanifa. Imam Abu Hanifa says no. Allah is just telling you in namaz, in Quran. Allah is just telling you that this is how you do wuzu. Where did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says it has to be in this order? Imam Shafi said because Allah told us this, that these four. He just mentioned those four limbs you have to wash. He never said you have to be in these have to be in order. Imam Shafi says after ghusl, because when you do ghusl, you put water on your head first. So masa is done first, then it goes to face, then it goes to arm. His order is wrong. So he says at the end of ghusl, do wuzu order wise. Shafi they have to do, because according to Imam Shafi, you have to do. Imam Hanifa says no, this is not order, not wajib, no fardh. Order is just sunnah. We'll take it as a sunnah. You will get more thawab if you do wudu order wise. But if you done wudu no order wise, you jump in the pool. ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਜਾ ਹੈਡ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਤੇ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਬੰਦਾ ਜੰਪ ਮਾਰਦਾ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਤਰਾਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੇ, those who not swimmer, ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਨੱਕ ਬੰਦ ਕਰਦੇ और फिर जंप मारते पैरों जरिए. So first feet went down. As long as Mabu Nefa said your whole body got wet and water flowed all over your body parts of wudu, body part, your wudu is done. Because what is wudu? As I mentioned, I think last time, wudu is the action, wudu is the water which is used for wudu. Wow has got zabar on top. That shows that is the water for wudu. When wow has a dhamma, pesh on it, that is the action. Wow has a fatah, zabar, that is the water. Imam Abu Hanifa says, as long as you flow water all over your body parts, however they flow, however, your wudu is done, as long as they go wet. But order is not fardh, it is sunnah. If you do order wise, you will get more swab. If it wasn't order wise, like I get question, people who work in factory, old people, they said, Imam Sahib, sade kol ja ke unta wuzu karna panda hai. So if I do wuzu at home and put leather socks on, or I don't do wuzu, I just wet my feet. I've got the socks on, leather socks on, and I just did masa on my leather socks. Rest of the wuzu, if I go in factory and do, can I do that? I said, yeah, of course you can. As long as you don't break your wuzu on the way, then you can. Why? Because your feet are already done. You just wash your feet at home, that's fine. Now you go, rest of the wuzu you can do in the masjid, wherever. To wash each limb one after the other without delaying to ensure the previous limb does not dry up before washing the next one. Again, Imam Shafi says, you have to do wudu one after the other. If one, the previous your limb, if it dries up before washing the next one, you have to do wudu again. Imam Abu Hanifa says, no, you are putting another condition on it. As Allah mentioned that, no? Imam Abu Hanifa made so much easier for us doing wudu. Very easy. Imam Shafi's wudu is hard. Our wudu is very nice and easy. So let's say you wash your face, you wash your arms, face, and your mom called you. Oh, Adraina, come kar de. Now you went there and you did work for them and you totally forgot. I have to do rest of the wuzu. And then you start eating your breakfast or something like that. Now, I need to do wuzu. Now ask yourself, have you broken your wuzu? You did anything which breaks wuzu? Like you went to sleep, or you vomit full mouth, or you're breaking your wuzu, you pass wind or anything. No, I didn't do. Go and do rest of the wuzu. Even though your previous body parts gone dry. Imam Shafi says no. Imam Abu Hanifa says, yeah, of course you can. Why? The beautiful thing about Imam Abu Hanifa is that he says that he takes Quran first. He says, first Quran, then we're going to go anywhere. As Quran said anything about doing niyat before, doing Bismillah before, or order before, or drying up before, or has to be order wise. He said, no. So why you put in condition? Remember in Quran, I'm giving you a little bit extra, so you should know these things. You can debate with some people. In Quran, there are 500 ayat of Quran. verses of Quran which are giving you hukam. Hukam are basically a making rules, ruling ayat. It calls fiqh ayat. It gives you fiqh. There are two conditions on them. One is mutlaq, one is muqayyad. Conditional and unconditional. Condition is you do Hajj in the month of Hajj. Now you cannot do Hajj outside the month of Hajj. Condition is that. Fast in the month of Ramzan. Can you fast now in Muharram? No. Allah put the condition that you have to do in the month of Ramzan. Woman has to do iddah. One person, husband passed away. She can't do iddah before. पता कि मैं तू मरना तो है ही नहीं, मैं इदा पहले ही कर दिया अपने आप को तसल्ली देने में जहाँ मर गया. You can't do that. You can't give divorce unless you do nikah with the woman. Nikah करोगे तो divorce होगी. So conditions are there. Allah never put no condition. So these are called muqayyad ayat. Some are mutlaq. Mutlaq are do wuzu. They are the 4 body parts. Where Allah put the condition there? So why are you putting condition? Basically, he says you're changing Quran. You can't change Quran. You can't make mutlaq to muqayyad, muqayyad to mutlaq. In condition to unconditional, unconditional to condition. You can't put conditions there. So this is how you, this is sunnah. Fardh I've already told you. Next, after the completion of wudu, recite the sunnah dua. Sunnah basically you read shahada. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. I've read one of the hadith. The person who does this, Allah opened all the 8 doors of Jannah. He can enter whichever door he wants to enter from. Basically, when he dies. After this, he's used to of doing this. When he's going to die, Allah will at these 8 doors, enter whichever doors you want to enter from. This is so much sawab. Of course, where you going to read Shahada? Not inside the toilet. Come outside. Again, in masjid, you're fine. Why? Because masjid, our wudu area is clean anyway. Toilets are separate. Don't stand next to the toilets. Stay a little bit away. And there you can read Shahada, Shahadu la ilaha illallah wa la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. And that's fine. I bear witness, ठीक है. अच्छा, mustahab of wudu. Facing the direction of prayer is mustahab. Basically, it's liked. Like basically, if you don't do these, it won't break your namaz. Won't break your namaz. But it will bring this sawab down though. ठीक है ना? You want to get that much sawab, but you will get more sawab though. Doing these actions bring more. You know, it's just like you are listening to your parents. You're not disrespecting your parents. One son isn't disrespecting parents at all. But he's just doing all the bare minimum requirements he's doing. That when parents are going to call you, he's going to do it. When they're never going to call you, he's never going to listen to them. He's never going to go to them. But whenever they call, he always say, Alhamdulillah, labbaik. Do you want anything? Other son is there. He does listen to them, everything he does. But he goes extra as well. Like he goes to them, do you need anything? Do you need anything? He's always asking them, do you want me to take you here? Have you got any appointment? Even though they are not telling you their appointments. But do you have any appointments? Next week, I can change my routine or something. Work on the extra points he's doing. Who the father and mother are going to be towards, leaning towards, and they love towards, or they care towards. Of course, they both, but they will think about the little son more, or the other son who's going extra mile, extra doing things. Same goes there as well. Extra things get you more nearer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not fardh or wajib, but it will get you near to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more. So facing the direction of prayer, basically facing towards Kaaba Sharif for doing wudu, it is best. In this masjid, I think there we're doing wudu that side and namaz is that side. But chalo, theek hai, that's fine. Sitting in a raised place. You're not sitting down on the floor. Raised place again. You know, remember these all the rulings are given time ago. As long as the place is clean. That's what they're saying. Because on the floor, normally there's dirt. Not dirt, basically impurities there. People walking, shoes there. But now, here, when we do wudu, it's always clean place. But you can be raised as well. अब मायन अनुवाखो ना थोड़ा आस्था बोलन वो I don't care there for खत्म. एक मिनट, I really get disturbed. अस्सलाम वालेकुम रहमतुल्लाह. अच्छा, थोड़ा सा आस्था बोलें, क्लास हो रही है, सारा डिस्टर्ब हो जाते हैं. प्लीज जज़ाकल्लाह. और कोई आए ना यहाँ पे, उनको बोलें कि आस्था बोलें और इधर ना आए. बिल्कुल ये क्लास ये कल 11:30 तक, क्योंकि इधर खत्म है हमारा 11 तक यहाँ पे होगा. फिर इस मर्द, हाँ, तो यहाँ पे तो नहीं हो सकता, यहाँ पे 11:30 होगा. ठीक है. If anyone comes inside, make sure don't talk to the person. Take him out, close the door, and then you speak to them with that side or with that side. Okay, not here. Anyways, acha, facing the direction of prayer, sitting at the raised place, performing ablution in a clean environment. Dirty jagah pe wuzu na kare. You should not be doing wuzu in dirty place. But if you have no choice, you are outside somewhere, then you can do wuzu. That's okay. Avoiding conversation. Now, avoiding conversation is basically if you're talking about dunya. दुनियादारी की बातें ओ क्या हाल है oh did you play you know the Roblox you see oh I was making the old room and all that and then the guy came he broke everything my minute oh gave me nearly heart attack and then you're talking about all that and Abdullah did you do that anyways but like us when we are sitting there people see us as soon people see Imam it's like questions are popping up in their mind. Imam Sahib can ask questions. Imam Sahib can ask questions. So in that way, when they ask you something about Islamic things, you can answer. That is fine. Completely fine. Even though you're doing wuzu, whole wuzu you are talking. But conversation is basically dunyavi conversation you should not be doing. Okay? Beginning with the right side, that's a mustahab. You always start with the right side. And then you do left side. And some people say, but I started with the left side. What should I do? I said, start again. Do the right side. And then you should do left side. Now wiping the nape once, the side of the your neck, extending the brightness, washing more than required. I mentioned hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You don't have to do it, but it is better to do it. Extending the brightness, Rasulullah, I will recognize the person even more. So if you're doing up to elbows, go up to your biceps. If you're doing up to your ankles, go towards a little bit more higher towards your legs. It will increase brightness. It's better. Reading the tasmiyah at every limb. Every limb, you read the tasmiyah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Starting out, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Reciting the prophetic supplications, basically reading du'as. At that time, read du'as. Reading the shahada on the completion of the ablution. When you have completed the wudu, you read shahada. That is mustahab, is better. Acha, now this one. Drinking after completing ablution from the remains of the water if ablution is performed from a container. Basically, you have finished your wudu and it is a clean container or clean thing, and whatever you are using, whatever is left there, that you can use and drink water. It will bring more, barakah to you because of wudu water. One is people say leftover water. Leftover, basically you use water and all that is going in a bucket. Can we drink that? That's mustamal water. You can't do that. सारे मुंह साफ करके नक भी सारा कुछ कुल्ली भी की थी उधर पीनी होनी. Not that. Water which is left. Okay. Next one is performing 2 units of prayer after the ablution. So performing 2 nafil called tahayyatul wudhu. Tahayyatul wudhu is welcoming, basically greeting and thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You gave us blessings of doing wudhu. So until you are wet, you can do that. Yes. No, you don't do it. And as I mentioned before, yeah. Now that is a very good, question. Is that let's say you did not read anything, not Bismillah, you went in toilet, or you never went for wudu, but then you went in, you were already in toilet. You're not, I just do wudu as well, but you never read anything. In your mind, you can read. It will be counted, inshallah. Otherwise, in Sharia, you have to read means you say that loud so you can hear yourself. Okay, but in your mind, in you are in toilet, in bathroom, and you want to read something, in your mind you can say, I said Bismillah ar-Rahman. Before everything, you can do that. Okay? Now these are disliked acts of wudu. Dislike. It won't break your wuzu will be fine perfectly, but it won't break your wuzu. These acts decrease the reward of wudu. However, the wuzus will still be valid and does not need to be repeated. Now these acts are to waste water and to use more than is needed. I told you before what is wasting. Wasting water is that you are just doing wudu for so long. Once you have seen, I've done it, believe yourself, and that's it. Carry on to the next one, the next one, the next one. If shaitan is making you do it again and again, and you're listening to shaitan, and you're just wasting water, and you will be questioned the day of judgment if you do so much wudu or use so much water, which is more than needed. To use little water so that water does not flow over the skin. Flow over the skin. You have to use that much water, so it's just flowing all over the skin. Okay, you have to do that much water. To wash the face by splashing water on it with force, washing the face using only one hand. You're just taking one hand, you just do unless something wrong with the other hand, then you can use one hand. Under normal condition, you have to use both hands for your face, and don't splash. That is, water is going all over. Mustamal water, full of sins, going all over the places on people. If not place, then it's going on your clothes as well. It's makruh doing that. To talk unnecessarily when performing wuzu. Unnecessarily, basically, dunyavi unnecessarily. Necessarily, someone doing wrong wuzu, you can tell him. You can talk to him, okay? Next one, to wash the left side before the right side of any limb. So that is makruh as well. You don't wash the left side, you wash the right side. To rinse the nose using the right hand. Rinsing your nose, of course, you take water with your right hand, but don't clean your nose with the right hand and small finger. It's left hand and small finger. Are you still writing this one? Yeah. To use little water? Of course not. To use very little water where you have not even done fardh. If you have not done sunnah, 3 times you haven't washed, that's fine. But you're not doing it in a fardh. That is, of course, wuzu won't be. Why? Because fardh, what is fardh? Minimum requirement. Fardh is minimum requirement. You have to use that much water. Now, when it comes to tayammum, inshallah, we'll talk about that as well. But when you're in a car, it says that a 1 mile radius. If you think, you don't have to go look for 1 mile radius. You think, is there any water here? Before making journey, actually, I got a message yesterday. Hey, GB driver, Victor. He said, well, Imam Sahib, I don't know where to do wuzu. I'm a hey, GB driver. Can I just do tayammum? I said, no, of course you can't. Don't you know you're going on an 8-hour journey? Plus, it's massive truck. People just make excuses. They don't want to go outside the truck. Why? The main, when you deep down, you ask them, what they say? They don't really say it, they're basically, they're ashamed reading the mouth from the people. That's the main thing. Me, my wife, my kids, when we go, you stop on a service, we know we're going on a long journey. Well, put the kapra down, we all 4 read that. We all read right from, you don't have to go middle of the petrol pump, go in the corner somewhere, park your car there, let people watch. I don't know how many namaz I've read on footpath without masala. As long as place is clean, go read namaz. You should have fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not people. I tell you one thing, when you are reading namaz there, people are going to say, how strong this person is. Right in front of everyone. How strong is this person? Look, Jewish people. Are they ashamed of wearing their clothes? They're walking around in theft center everywhere. Same clothes. Are they ashamed? No, they're not ashamed. We are ashamed. People are not watching us. We, in our mind, is kind of, I don't know, slavery to Western culture or something. I don't know what's that. But we just so scared of reading namaz in front of people. So why are you scared? No one's going to say anything to you. No one. Go and stand there, read namaz. Middle of people. We went Blackpool, I remember. We read namaz on football. People passing by. Of course, don't stand there. Just in the corner, we read namaz there. Me and my brother. People passing by, all of them. Some of them making videos. You can tell. Either to corners, they're making videos. Yeah. And why are you? Who's Razik? Allah. He's giving you a good life. He's giving you everything. For the people. I'm not going to say anything, Hazrat. It's just us scared. I told my mother, big bottle, massive bottle, keep in your truck. Plus services after services. You can stop anywhere. There is no excuse whatsoever that I can't do wuzu or I can't read namaz. Then I always say, give me the scenario, that scenario, where you cannot read namaz or do wuzu. Give me one scenario. There's all of that. Yeah, once happened, I went to London, I came off the tram, and it was the middle of nowhere the tram station was. And namaz time was going. Only 5-10 minutes left. Why look that side, that side, that side. And I said, no, there's not going to be no water, no shop, nothing at all. What can I do? Even the shop is there, water is there, but you don't have money to buy water. Now you do tayammum and the read namaz. But if you have, then definitely you can. Ring the nose. Okay, next, the sunnah method of performing wuzu. We already talked about that. The sunnah method of performing wuzu. Wash your hands, including the wrist, 3 times. Use a miswak. We talked about that. Rinse your nose. This is the act method of, before it was actions. This is the method. It's the exact same. Basically, same thing is going. Wash the entire face 3 times. Top of the forehead. I talked about all that. Wash your arms, including the elbows 3 times. Wet both hands once, and using the middle ring and small finger. Wipe the. Now I've talked about this masa. I think I've covered all this method already. To wipe your back of the neck using the back of your hands and fingers, perform khilal of both hands, meaning to pass fingers into each other. Wash both feet up to the ankles. Finally, recite the shahada, which is that. So basically, same sunnah method of wuzu. Basically, same exact same. 7 things that break wuzu. This is very important. Again, same thing. Golden rule. This is golden. These are some rules are old as golden rules. You have golden rules, the basic one. When you have in your mind, you know, oh, Mom said my wuzu is still there. I said, did that happen? That happened. That happened. Keep these things, then you will know your wuzu is gone or no. To pass urine, stool with number 1, number 2, wind or any impurity from the private parts. No limit. Even though little bit comes out, you break wuzu. Now, wind though, passing wind. I get this a lot. Mom said, I don't know. I think I passed wind. Hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Prophet says that shaitan is making you think that you pass wind, even though you never pass wind. So what is the rule Rasulullah gave us? He said, if you heard sound or there is smell. If no sound was there, but there is smell. This is one of these two. If none of these two are there, you have wuzu. Shaitan is messing with your mind. You are in wuzu. Just think you are in wuzu. Rasulullah kept telling us, making our life easy. That means it happened in time of Rasulullah to Sahaba. Then Rasulullah gave the answer, no. Did you hear sound? No, Ya Rasulullah. Was there any smell? No, Ya Rasulullah. You are fine then. But any impurity comes out from your front private part or the back private part, no matter how much, little bit, it will break your wuzu. But rest of the body parts, all the rest of the body parts, the flow of blood, pus or any other impurity from the body other than the private parts, with the condition of flowing. Any other body part, if impurity came out, it won't break your wuzu. Yellow water, pus, blood, all this, anything comes out and it starts flowing. जब वो बहना उसमें बहाव होना चाहिए. जब वो बहना शुरू हो जाए फिर वुज़ू टूटेगा. आपने वैक्सीन लगाई, you put syringe in and then it take the injection out. As soon as you take the injection out, blood came up, but it never बहना शुरू नहीं हुआ. It was not flowing. It was there. That blood is pure. Flowing blood is impure. And it touched your clothes. Your clothes are still pure. That's fine. But it's not flowing. Of course, put the plaster on straight away if you can. So it doesn't come out. It don't break your wuzu. But another thing is, let's say blood came out, but you cleaned it. Then it came out, you cleaned it. Then it came out, you cleaned it. You kept cleaning it. Mom said, it started flowing, then it will break your wuzu. Now, Sharia says, ask yourself, if you had not cleaned it, it would have started flowing. Yes, it would have started flowing, but it broke your wuzu. Because you have been cleaning it, it was coming out that much. It came out. If you put plaster on, you never let it come out. It stayed inside the skin, not outside the skin. Okay? So, any other body part, if impurity comes out, it starts flowing, then you break your wuzu. Private parts, if it comes out even a tiny bit, little bit, you break your wuzu. Yeah, and mouth is, I think they will talk about mouth. If blood is in your mouth, I'll ask you. Blood in your, how do we know it started flowing? We don't know it started flowing. So what rule our scholars gave is spit. Saliva, look at the saliva, spit outside. If the saliva is overtaken by red color, proper red color, or reddish, or maybe on the yellowish, bit more than yellowish, near reddish, that means that much blood came out in your mouth, they started flowing. But your saliva is white, more to whitish or brownish, little bit, or little bit yellowish. That means only that much blood came out that is just popped up and it got mixed with saliva, but it was not flowing. Usme bhav tha hi nahi. You're fine, your wudu is fine. But I always, people say, but how do I know that? Other yaar at day waqt ke. Go and do wudu. How long is it going to take? If you're doubtful, go to wudu. Simple. Yes. Very good. I don't know if it's going to be here or no. Very good. Tears from that's impurity as well. It's written in our books. Tears comes out. But don't get confused with normal tears. वो आंख जो दर्द कर रही हो, you have some illness in your eye. Illness. That's the condition. Don't get confused. People are confused. No, दर्द नाल निकलना, मैं गंडे कटन लगी से दर्द नाल आंसू निकलना. That's not eye problem. That's something outside Of course, the bitterness or something went in your eye. That's the reason it came out. No, no, no. You have some illness in your eyes. Now, because of that, water is coming out. I mentioned in the impure water as well when we were talking about water purity and all that. If that comes out and it's coming out, that'll break your wuzu and it's impure as urine water. Save your clothes, save yourself from the water. It normally doesn't have really happen if you have any illness in your eyes. And because of the pain in water coming out, then it is. Right. Okay, vomiting. If it is a mouthful, vomit. What is mouthful vomit? What is mouthful vomit? Yes, Hassan. Mouth fully open. Mouth. No, it's not mouth fully open. It's no, 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 no. Anyone else here? Aisha? Huh? Kind of. Yeah. Good. Last time Yasin gave right answer. This time Yasin's sister Khadija gave right answer. Basically, it comes with that pressure. You can't stop. That's it. Mouthful is it comes that pressure. You can't stop it. It's mouthful, really. That comes out, that will break your wuzu. A little bit came out, it won't break your wuzu. Mouthful is when it comes with the pressure, you can't take it. But okay, that is mouthful. So a little bit of vomit won't break your wuzu. Mouthful. Sleeping whilst lying down or reclining, however, sleeping while standing, prostrating, or sitting does not break wuzu. Now, very important. Sleeping. You went to sleep. Abdullah was sleeping. Remember in the car, he was snoring, and he was definitely sleeping. And when we definitely going to wake him up, we always saying we're going to wake him up now. He's going to say, "No, I never went to sleep." So we woke him up and no, I wasn't sleeping. I said, we saw you snoring. So person wakes up and ask other person that was I really sleeping? How long I slept for? And then they tell you, yes, you are sleeping. 15 minutes you was there sleeping. And they think, no, only a few seconds. No, you went to sleep. Or ask yourself, the Azan started now, end of the Azan, and I missed out all that was you are sleeping. Okay? Nodding is fine. Or Jummah time, it happens. Jummah time when you're sitting down and you squeeze with people, and you want to say, no, but I never recline with anyone. No, you're reclining with the person next to you, and you went to sleep with him. You was resting with that. Imam Shafi says it doesn't break your wudu. He made very nice and easy rule for them. Even though Imam Abu Hanifa says that sleeping doesn't break your wuzu. It's not sleeping. When you went to sleep because your whole body parts they numb, they relaxed. Now maybe your wind came out. That's the reason he says wuzu break, not sleeping. Imam Shafi says no, it's not. But Imam Abu Hanifa says yes, it will break your wuzu. That's when you're going to sleep. By leaning with something like I used to go to masjid when I was not imam here, do zikr there. And then there, here zikr going on and the picture banda buzurg more loud. But he wudu won't break. Why? Because he's sitting here. He's not leaning with anything. He's not sleeping on the floor. He's not reclining with wall or anything. Then it won't break your wuzu. Yeah, let's say you're sitting on a chair, you read namaz here. And you are resting there and this is Tarawih time. Now you went to sleep. Of course, you're resting with something, your wuzu will break. Wuzu breaks, namaz is gone. So it's very careful when you sitting here, breaks your wuzu, you went to sleep, then it won't break. Why? Because you're not reclining anything. Now, Mahmoud never reason why? Because when you are not reclining with anything, you're not resting with anything, and you went to sleep, still your whole body stays stiff, muscles stay stiff. But when you hear, all muscles go nice and soft. Then wind comes out, then you won't even know it. Loss of intellect, passing out for the time limit of 5 prayers or more. Loss of intellect. He passed out, or doctor gave you medicine, something in a hospital, and he passed out for more than 5 namaza. That will, of course, your wuzu will be gone. Okay, loss of intellect. Blood appearing in mouth. Leave that passing out for the time limit of 5 prayers or more. Just loss of intellect, because it's not 5 prayers. That rule applies somewhere else. That is that when you have to repeat your namaz. If it's less than 5 prayers, you have to. More than 5 prayers is a different rule. But loss of intellect, even though you passed out and you pass out for time bit, I think 5 minutes or something, then your wuzu will be gone. It's just like sleeping. They're taking you from sleeping. Okay, it's loss of intellect. Forget that passing out for the time limit of 5 prayers. Blood appearing in the mouth, however, wuzu only breaks if there is more blood than saliva. I gave you the rule before. More blood than saliva. I'll give you the rule as well. If spit, if more than red, then it will break your wuzu. Next, to laugh out loud while performing salah only applies in sajda and ruku namaz, not every namaz. So to laugh out loud, that happened time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Some Sahaba, of course, Jayyid, big Sahaba used to stand next to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Abu Bakr Siddiq, Umar, Usman, all at front. They wouldn't dare laugh. Of course, they're reading namaz, but they were somewhere else. As Umar was, struck by an arrow, and arrow went in his body, proper inside body, and they couldn't take it out because Umar's body was stiff, hard. And he said, "Let me read namaz." So he said, "Whenever I'm gonna just say Allahu Akbar, and my whole body is gonna go numb. Then you take it out, won't even feel it." So he started namaz. Remember what namaz he was? He started namaz, and then they took it out, and then after namaz, he said, "Have you not taken it out?" I said, "Yeah, we take it out." This is the namaz they used to read. So when they were behind Rasulullah, they wouldn't say anything. But one Sahabi was blind. He was coming towards Jamaat to join Jamaat, Rasulullah behind Rasulullah, but there was a ditch, there was a hole there, and he fell in that. And some young Sahaba, very young, 10 years old, 15 years old, 14, they were standing at the back. They started laughing. Now Rasulullah, when they finished namaz, he turned around and said, "Whoever laughed, go and do wudu and you repeat your namaz." But that happened in the namaz which was sajda and ruku namaz. If you laugh in janaza namaz, it won't break your namaz. But in namaz, if someone cough or something like my kids here, as soon they laugh, and I told them, I said in Isha time, because we do Isha here, and I said, "No, go all of you, those who laugh, go repeat your, do wudu and repeat your namaz." So in namaz, if you laugh out that loud, in namaz, again in namaz, what our elders are saying, you did wudu, you just laughed, you broke your wudu. No, he's not in namaz. Outside the namaz you laugh, that's fine. Inside the namaz, if you laugh out that loud, that some people heard you, few people, 4, 5, 6, 7 heard you, or no one was there, but you laughed that out loud that much, and you ask yourself, if people were here, would they heard me? Would they be able to hear me? Yes. It break your wuzu, and you have to go do wuzu again, and you go repeat the namaz. But if you laugh that much that you only heard yourself, the kahkaha, you heard yourself, no one else, that will only break your namaz, but not the wuzu. So repeat your namaz basically. Okay? This is the hadith I gave you before. There was praying with a group of people, a man with a sight problem bumped into the covered well and fell in. So basically this is the hadith sharif. Okay, so you can take a picture if you want to. I think we finish. Things that do not break wudu, that's the last one. Touching private parts. Yeah, there are some scholars, they have given fatwa, this verdict. Not Hanafi. Hanafi, according to us, touching private part does not break your wudu. Okay, touching private parts, it does not break your wudu. Coming in contact with impurity. That was question was asked, I think, last week. That if we are changing nappies, shoulder nappy, and then impurity goes on our hand, does that break your wuzu? No. Just go wash your hand. Golden rule, what breaks your wuzu? Just go there. Any impurity, remember, impurity coming out from your body breaks your wuzu. Simple. Any impurity which comes out from your body breaks your wuzu. And of course, sleeping and laughing out loud. But any impurity coming out from your body, something goes on your body. So you stepped on let's say there was the child had wee or something on the carpet, and you came in contact with that. Then just go wash your feet. That's fine. You're not going to break your wuzu. Same goes there. Go wash your hand. If any impurity on your clothes, wash your hand. You were walking and someone just, or let's say bird or something, poop or something that's really big as well. Just wash your hand, wash your clothes from that. Your wuzu is fine, perfectly fine. Touching opposite gender, mahram and non-mahram. That's another thing. Touching or looking. Some says, agar namaz padhna gaya si someone, and his back was uncovered, and the moon sighting was happening there, and the guy standing at the back, and he looked at him, and his wuzu is gone. No. Looking at someone's private parts or opposite gender, touching mahram or non-mahram won't break your wuzu. Imam Abu Hanifa said it will. Oh no, Imam Shafi said if you touch non-mahram or mahram woman, it will break your wuzu. But Imam Abu Hanifa, no. If you touch and the lustful desire came and impurity came out from your private part, lustful desire, that will break your wuzu. Not touching, just bad touching your non-mahram. That won't break your wuzu. Touching or looking at non-mahram won't break your wuzu. Looking at others' aura basically private part, won't break your wuzu. Otherwise, anyone's coming towards Jummah day, coming to masjid, all the English people outside, the girls are there, and you looked at their arms because their aura is up to here, or leg, they got skirt on, you looked at it, it's going to break your wuzu. No. Looking at someone's aura does not break your wuzu. Thus, we're finishing here now. Alhamdulillah. Any questions you have? Ji. Smell. No. It says when you change nappy and then you smell the impurity, does the smell break your wuzu? No. Why smell is going to break your wuzu? No. If you smell, as I told you, what breaks your wuzu? Any impurity coming out from your body, coming out, not going in. Any impurity coming out from your body will break your wuzu. So impurity comes out from your body, breaks your wuzu. Smell got nothing to do with that. Yes. Yes, next week is going ahead. My wife just reminded me, not next week. So we are doing class next week. After next week, 28th of December, I'm going to London. That's the only day we're not going to do class, but I will give you, of course, that class back. So next week we are coming here. Have you signed the book? Everyone here, sitting here, I've written down your name on that book and this side as well. Gee. There's another Rasulullah hadith भी है कि ऊंट का गोश्त खाने के बाद वुजू कर लो, ठीक है ना? Or anything which is cooked on, and there's another one is cooked on fire. Our scholar says Rasulullah has mentioned many times, because you have to read other hadiths as well. Nowadays, young, people are coming without doing the full Dars in Islamic course, and then they only read half the stuff and then don't even know the stuff. Rasulullah has used many times, not once, many times, washing hands and face, or washing hands and doing kulli, rinsing your mouth. He said, go do wuzu. Basically, wuzu, what is wuzu? Washing your body parts. He has used that term for washing your hands and doing wudu as well. Why? Because he's saying camel meat is very salty, and उनको क्या देना लेसला पान होता है उधर उनको क्या देना इंग्लिश में क्या होंगे very चिपचिपाला होता है पायार sticky. It's very sticky. Your hands are going to be sticky. Your mouth is going to be so sticky. It's going to be smell. So after eating camel meat, go wash your hands and do kulli before you go for namaz. But even if you don't, that's fine. But Rasulullah is just giving you advice, do that. Or anything cooked on fire. Imam Abu Hanifa says, if someone, and he argues now, Imam Abu Hanifa says, so that means if anyone has done wudu with the warm water on the, which was warmed by fire, so we have to do wudu now again with another water. He said, no. Because that is cooked on water, on fire. So no. It's just kulli kar le or haath dho le, that is wuzu in one term. Just wuzu. Yes? Acha, the question they were asked, I never mentioned the question because in my video, I'm just giving answer, but people cannot hear the question. So question was asked that, do we have to do wuzu after eating camel meat? No, you don't have to. Acha, go on. Next lesson is going to be ghusl. He said, what is next lesson going to be? Next lesson is going to be ghusl lesson. And Ahmedin, what question did you ask before? Oh, no, that was the class one. Yeah, go on, ask. What's happening? Oh, okay. Today is a Qira'at conference in our masjid, which is 14th of December, 6:30 p.m. Not 10:30, of course. 6:30 p.m. is a Qira'at conference. A lot of our, mashallah, these boys worked really hard. They've been working on this conference and this project from last 1 month, running around, posters. Mikhail Mala, one of the world-renowned Qari, he's coming. Many other. Hazim will be there as well. Our madrasa students, our madrasa teachers will be there as well. So it's a family event. You guys definitely come. Those who live local, of course, and others as well. Connect yourself with Quran. I'll be there as well. Our scholars will be there as well. All our masjid teachers will be there. And all those Qaris, big Qaris are coming. Listen to Quran. And if you have less, people say, what is the wazifa? I'm going through the problem. I think Quran is the wazifa. Allah says, why? Because Allah says, huwa shifa'un wa rahmatun lil mu'minin. Quran is shifa, is cure towards any disease you're going through. Spiritual illness, physical illness, and it's barakah as well. Barakah will come. So guys, come today, 6:30 p.m. And Isha namaz will take at 6:30. Plus you read namaz with Jamaat, more sawab. And then after that, it's only 1 hour, 1.5 hour program. That's all it is. 8 o'clock, half 8, finish. Inshallah. Okay.
Can you wear aftershave?
Very good. Why is he asking? Because there's alcohol in aftershave. Yes, you can. Very good question. Basically, I get this question that can we put aftershave, or can I apply sun cream which has got alcohol in it, or can I put makeup on which has got a little bit of alcohol in it? Yes, you can. Before it used to be, our scholars said you can't have alcohol on your body as well. But it's called, the term called amume balwa. When in Muslims something has gone so well known, oh, everyone is doing, no one is stopping, and that rule is not coming from any authentic hadith or Quran. If it's not coming from that, and it's just with a zanni dalil, we talk about the fiqh terminologies in the start. Zanni dalil is just normal hadith, normal hadith, but it's not very high level of hadith. And the scholars say, no, we should put this term there as well. So to save people, so that their namazah are accepted properly. But when they see Muslims doing so much, they take that rule back. So they say, yes, you can use aftershave, you can use perfume which has alcohol in it, you can use sun cream or any cream, makeup which has got alcohol a little bit in it. Remember, alcohol is the name of 17 chemicals. There's another thing. Not every alcohol is actually alcohol. They write down the name alcohol so they keep it away from children and keep it away from fire. But they write down alcohol on the bottle, but there are chemicals, 17 chemicals which are called alcohol. This is not actually alcohol. Because when they're making that product, alcohol evaporates anyway. Most of that's gone. Plus, if there is anything inside, alcohol is there, how much is going to be 1%, 2%, 3%? And how much impurity you have to be in your clothes? More than that much. You're not going to put all bottle door in your upper. No, a little bit here. So that should be fine, perfectly fine. I think we should go because I've got half 12. Okay, let's just go on, Azhar. Yeah, you can ask. Taste is fine as long as you have not nothing more than, when namaz time comes, I'll talk about what breaks your namaz. Taste in your दूध पीती पीती है, पचा पीती है, तो नमाज खुलोगे, that's fine, that's okay. They do kulli better, but खुलोगे as long as you have got nothing more than a PEA. You can more than a P, you nothing in your mouth, you're fine, huh? Why discharge? Very important question. Breaking your wuzu. When your impurity comes, and I'll talk about that as well. So you discharge. When a woman discharges, does that break your wuzu? Remember, when there's color, it will break your wuzu. When there's no color, it's called ratubat. Khalis ratubat. Khala ratubat जो निकलती है औरत के front part से, वो white water is not impure and it does not break your wuzu as well. It does not break. If there is color there, even a little bit of color, that will break your wudu. Halal makeup basically. So then when you have full makeup on, can you do wuzu? Because a new thing has come, halal. Maybe they are trying to say every ingredient inside the makeup is halal. But if you put halal nail polish, remember nail polish, they all leave a layer on top. Remember simple golden rule. If water does not get to your skin, your wuzu is not done. If water gets to your skin, wuzu is done. So put that thing on top of anything, like paper or something, or on a remote or anything on your phone, and put water, and then take it off. Oh, my phone never got wet. That means water did not go through that thing. If that has got ability to absorb water, like ink. Ink is what ink? Tattoo ink. You put a tattoo on, because I've spoken to a few tattoo people. They said, no, you tattoo ink goes inside the skin. If you put water on your body, water does get absorbed into skin, so wuzu will be done. Mehndi as well, mehndi color, that water does go to your skin. But mehndi layer won't let water go inside the skin. But once you wash the mehndi, only color left. So if makeup is stopping, पेंट तो एक लेयर लाने, फिर दूसरी फिर फाउंडेशन थे ऊपर एक और फाउंडेशन, एडी बिल्डिंग पूरी बना के ऊपर लाने. नाउ यू गोना डू वुजू किथों होना है, व्हाट इज कमिंग इन, आई लैशेस सेम रूल, nail same rule, anything. If water does not get to your skin, even the tiny bit, because Rasul said one hair is not what your wuzu not done. If water doesn't get to your skin, तो आड़ा कोई नहीं होने लगा, वो wuzu नहीं होने लगा. ठीक है आजरा? Your mom is pointing towards you. वुजू करने के बाद, हाँ फिर तो वुजू, you done wuzu properly, now you put makeup on. After that you can do namaz, but after that when you want to do again wuzu, you have to do makeup if you're in the wedding hall and कुछ भी नहीं होना था. तो ठीक है, that's fine, all done, alhamdulillah, that's fine. Can you do that? That's good. Oh, all the boys are from here, that's fine, the girl side as well. Oh, mashallah, that's good.
दिखरे बालों वाला
ओ अच्छा अच्छा, ये बेटो माशाल्लाह माशाल्लाह माशाल्लाह. और ये बेटी आप माशाल्लाह, ठीक है. मैं हाउ ओल्ड आर यू? 12 क्यों लग रही है बेटी मुझे माशाल्लाह, कद है ना निकले हुए ठीक ठाक माशाल्लाह. अच्छा हाँ, हो गया बेहतरीन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. चलते जाएं बस. ये मैं सोच रहा हूँ मैं नमाज को भी इसके अंदर डाल दूं कि बड़ी जल्दी जल्दी खत्म हो रहे हैं. जाज़ाकल्लाह खैर. और रजिस्टर जाज़ाकल्लाह समैया. सो समैया has to come